Nigerian doctor that is one of the top brain surgeons in the United States, doing good things. There's a Nigerian engineer who works for NASA, doing good things. But the bad people are outweighing the good people. You see what I'm saying? Because every time when you ask people that deal with these people, they will always tell you of the negative stuff. And now when you come on a TikTok live and come and say, no, you people are not intelligent, or you what white people? Yes, colleagues, and I'm saying this, white people are a problem. In South Africa and also in Namibia, they are a problem. They've always been a problem since the day the ship arrived in Africa. They have been a problem. And we are dealing with them through various methods. And the sad part is, Mr. T, I think you once said it when I was here on this platform with listening to you, where you said it, that the pain of a black man does not come with any financial repercussions, but the pain of a white man comes with financial repercussions. This is why when you want to touch the so-called lighter skin tone people, you need to touch them smartly. You can't just say, no, we're going to deal with you guys today. No, it needs to be done properly, because unfortunately, even the laws in which we live in and the economic activities in which we find ourselves in were established by them to benefit them. They are a problem. But I think when I listen to South Africans, and sometimes, Mr. T, I also go to their lives where they are being very anti, and I listen. It seems like many of them are hurt. And I heard that the fact is that, yes, they're dealing with the white oppressor who oppressed them, and is still continuously oppressing them today. But they have to now deal with their fellow black people who look just like them, who call them brother and sister, but turn behind their backs and start committing crimes. It's problematic, Mr. T. And I think you and I can agree on one thing, where it is that wherever I go, even today, if I want to go to Nigeria, for example, I need to get the right documents. I can't just walk into Nigeria and expect the people to welcome me with open arms and give me kisses.
Nobody enters the essay without right documents. I want to correct you on that.
Hold on, brother. Hold on.
Nobody from Nigeria enters the essay without right documents.
The stats that came out, about crime committed in South Africa. Nigeria was not even among of. What are you guys saying? Why are they picking Nigerians?
Kim, can
Nigerian enter essay without right documents. Put the facts right. Put the facts right.
I am. You see, Mr. T, New West and Mr. Kim. This is the reason why we're not coming to a concession. I didn't just say Nigerians. I gave an example. There's something I used an example here to say that I cannot get up today in my country, get onto a plane, go to your country without the right documents. That's an example I used. I can even say the same thing and say I cannot get up today, go to South Africa without the right documents. Let us stop this thing.
So who are you referring to?
No, my brother, allow me to speak. Hey, you cannot just be interjecting because you have a louder voice. We are not going to get anywhere. They say, raise your points, don't raise your voice. Let's stop this interjecting. It's why we're not getting anywhere, my brother. This is why we're not meeting each other. We will keep on fighting because you want to interject. Allow me to speak. I am saying, as an African, me myself as a Namibian today, I cannot get up and just cross South Africa without getting the right documentation, or enter Zimbabwe or Zambia, wherever. We need the documentation. It's facts, guys. And that's what has been said on this platform since the first day I arrived. We have, this, for example, that South Africans have been complaining. The Minister of Home Affairs has come online numerous occasions saying, we have people entering our country illegally. There were people arrested last year at their airport who came in from the country from the Horn, Somalia, were trying to enter their country illegally. These are facts that are there.
Global phenomenon.
It is a global phenomenon, but Wheezy, what I am saying here is, this for a fact. Even when you want to travel to Europe, you need the right documentation. Why are we as Africans very comfortable entering another African country without getting the right papers? And then when they arrest us and deport us, we start calling them names. Please answer me. I want to hear because it's quite interesting. Please tell me.
Okay, good. You see, that's why the issue of Pan-Africanism came up. Okay, I think you're following the story now. You see, the issue of Pan-Africanism is the issue of open border policy that actually does. And this thing is not. Why do you want to sound like you're not aware that this thing is happening in Europe? As a Portuguese, you're allowed to come to UK. You're not even a British, but you come there for free. You don't need a visa. You just buy your ticket and you fly down to UK. You go to Germany, you fly down to Germany, visa free, but you're not a German. A German comes to the UK, he's not a British, he comes there for free. And these are the people that are not even the same. So why do you think, and they were doing well, by the way, underline the word, they're doing well financially, they're doing well economically. Now, why do you now think it's some strange thing for that to happen? Because it's not going to be, we're not going to be the first if that actually is taking place now. Africa is not the first because it's happening in Europe until the Brexit came in. And Brexit is just a few years old. And whereby they're now saying, okay, because of this, they have to separate themselves from the EU. The EU, I lived in UK, I lived in Ireland. These are the countries I've lived in. So I know what I'm talking about. So when you talk about, when you want to sound like it's strange for somebody from South Africa to fly in Nigeria without visa, you're not sounding like you're not aware, you're not properly informed that the issue of Pan-Africanism came in there. That's where the issue of Pan-Africanism come in. Because when you talk about people coming in from South Africa already, as we have the data is out there. No Nigerian coming in South Africa without proper documentation. And this thing, people are not aware. The South Africans are not even aware. And then we have to make it clear. That's why I had to interject you. Sorry for that, but I had to state it again. Because there's this narrative that Nigerian coming without proper documentation. It's not even possible. Because you have to pass through the airport. It's not even possible. You have to pass through the airport. Thank you. I wanted to correct you on that.
Mr. Wizzy, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Now returning back to my point, right? And this is what I keep on saying. I am perfectly aware that a person can live in the UK and work in France because of the relations they have with each other and the European Union. Yes. But these people are recorded in a system. It's not just any person getting up and going to France. There are procedures you need to meet. That's what I'm saying. Right now, my country, Namibia and Botswana, we are neighbors. I can enter Botswana just using my ID. I'm given days to enter a country. That is true. And I'm not just saying Nigerians. I'm speaking on the rest of Africa. I'm not just targeting your country, my brother. Don't worry, I'm not literally looking at your country alone. I'm looking at the rest of Africa. I am asking this question. Why is it we as black people, or we as Africans, for example, are very comfortable wanting to break the law here in Africa? But when we go abroad, when we go to other countries, and I'm not, don't get hot, Mr. Hiza. I'm not saying you, I'm saying we as Africans. But when we go to other countries, when this country says this and this should be respected, we conform and we respect. But when it comes to our own continent, we want to misbehave. And then when the people call us out on it, because we also had them, we had South Africans calling us out as Namibians because they were Namibians that stole money from their president. We are guilty on that. We can't deny it. Yes, we agree that it's not all of us. But yes, there were people that stole. So unfortunately, when South Africans are being exposed to those Namibians that stole money from their president, if they develop a mindset of saying all of you are criminals, we can't say, no, you people are being wrong or you people are stupid or whatever, using very strange language. We have to understand where their pain is coming from. And we need to show them that, yes, we are not criminals, but yes, we have also bad apples amongst the bunch. That's the sad reality, unfortunately. You see what I'm saying? I can never say that I don't like you, Mr. Wizzy, because I do not know you personally. I can't say that I don't know you from a bar of soap. But what I can say here is, if people are always being exposed to one negative thing of a particular group of people, unfortunately, they'll start drinking that oros and saying it's true, these people are like this. That's the issue we have, you see? So me, Mr. T, I do not agree with what is happening on the other live. I've gone there and I've told them, yes, this and this is happening, fine. But find better ways to deal with it rather than calling for a civil war in South Africa, because a civil war in South Africa, unfortunately, will spill over to the neighboring countries. And some of us, we don't want that. We fought war. We as Namibia, we have fought, we liberated ourselves. Until today, we're still fighting. We don't need that. But I am saying, let us meet each other halfway by listening to each other, by understanding why these people have this narrative of us, rather than coming here and trying to call people, insulting people, for example. Not on your life, but I've heard it in other lives. When people use such language, you just make the people angry. And the reality is, Mr. T, like I said, there is a documentary. You guys can go look it up on the BBC, where they did an insert on this group that I spoke of. Go look at the criminal underworld that is coming from Nigeria and what these guys do. These are the people that are being arrested. But unfortunately for a South African, they're not coming out to say, this is a criminal group from Nigeria. They're just saying, no, for example, it's a Nigerian. And so they will take that mindset and say, hey, these people are all of them are criminals.
Tell us the criminal group.
So, sorry? The criminal group. Oh, yeah, no. You can.
What's the name?
The BBC highlighted them as the Nigerian mafia, but they have a different name. They said that this organization started off as a student group, and then later on grew into going into hardened crime. They were raided in Cyprus, they were raided in Europe, they were raided in the United States. You can go check it up on the BBC. It's up there. You can type it in and you'll find it.
I know what you're talking about. Listen, let me correct you. That's not even that's actually a court group you're referring to. I've seen the documentary. I'm a historian. I know what I'm talking about. I know the video you're referring to. That is not even that. You can't just pinpoint that. That's a court group in Nigeria. Those are courtists. We call it courtists, okay? They just like here in South Africa, I'm sure they have it, the coloreds, they have such people, you understand? It's a court group, and then that cannot be associated with 240 million people. We are 240 million people for a small, significant number of people to now cover us, to represent the entire millions of people. In Africa, my brother, there are certain things some of you people are missing. You can't equate the number of people committing crime. You now do the calculation. If you do the mathematics, it doesn't even value. You get the answers wrong. You now look at Nigeria and say, oh, there's a significant number of people. Now, did you know that in Nigeria, there are tribes in Nigeria that have never even stepped in? Okay, let me use myself. I've never seen an essay before. There are tribes in Nigeria that I've never seen step in an essay. Now, when you talk about it, you're still including them. Now, when we're talking about this crime you're looking at crime as a nationality, that's the area I'm talking about. If the same crime you're talking about, South Africans are arrested all over the world. I have videos. So you can't